This is one of the best commercial-grade kitchens in New Mexico. We prepare more than 11,000 meals a month, all of it done by volunteers. You know Kitchen Angels, and you know what we do.
Kitchen Angels.
Most of our clients have serious health issues. So what can make you or me a little sick to the stomach could send one of them to the hospital or worse. Hi, I'm Karen Price Coberly, and I am the Director of Food Services here at Kitchen Angels. Today we're going to talk about food safety and sanitation in the kitchen. Your mother told you to do it, and we're telling you to do it. When you enter the food prep area, whether from outside or just down the hall, wash your hands thoroughly. What's thoroughly? As you wash, count backwards from 20. That will give you the idea. Before you start, put on a clean apron, and yes, a hairnet. Some volunteers prefer hats. If you wear a hat, it must cover all of your hair and no ponytails. A clean towel goes in your apron strings. Lastly, gloves. Gloves are so important you might find yourself changing them 3 to 4 times a shift. Don't worry, we have plenty. Foodborne illness, usually called food poisoning, is caused by one of 2 things: cross-contamination or food spoilage. Food spoilage is caused by food that is either gone out of date or is not stored in the safety zone. The safety zone is from -10 degrees to 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Just think of your refrigerator at home.
And bottled and wrapped, they're all right there, and they're all at your fingertips.
Between your refrigerator and freezer, food is kept in the safety zone. It's the same idea at Kitchen Angels, just bigger. Here we have reach-in and walk-in freezers. We also have a blast chiller. It can take food from 200 degrees to 0 degrees in 90 minutes. We use it to freeze our extra meals for frozen meal delivery. As for cross-contamination, it can happen when you go from one food to another. Say you're cutting chicken, and then you go to fruit. Without cleaning up your knives, your cutting boards, or cleaning and sanitizing your entire workspace. Cutting boards and utensils are carried over to the wash station. To sanitize your workstation, we provide an ammonia-based solution. It's harmless to you, but it wipes out germs. You'll also need to change your gloves every time you begin working with a different food. Cross-contamination is also caused by touching your hair, touching your face, or touching anything you aren't directly working with. To further prevent cross-contamination, cutting boards are color-coded. Yellow for poultry, red is for red meat, green for fruits and vegetables, and blue for all food that has already been cooked. Always use the correct color cutting board for the work you are doing. It's also important that foods be cooked to the proper temperature. Fish should always be cooked to 145 degrees. Beef, pork, and lamb should also be cooked to 145 degrees. Unless it's ground, then you should cook it to 160 degrees. Poultry should always be cooked to 165 degrees. Once you've cooked the food to the proper temperature, it can be held above 140 degrees up to 4 hours. After that, you need to freeze it or you need to throw it out. Now let's talk about leftovers and the proper way to store them. All leftovers should be put in proper containers or Ziploc bags. and very important with the day's date. Leftovers go into a refrigerator or freezer in a process we call FIFO. First in, first out. That way the oldest things get used first, newest things get put in the back. Proper shelving order is also important. On the very top shelf will be cooked foods. On the second shelf, raw vegetables and fruit. The next shelf down should be fish. After that, beef, pork, and lamb. On the very bottom shelf is poultry. Never ever put anything on the floor. I know this is a lot to take in, but as you work in the kitchen, it should become second nature. Rest assured you will not be thrown into the deep end of the pool. New volunteers will usually start with something simple, chopping fruit or vegetables, something like that. As we get to know you and you get to know the kitchen, you'll advance to more complex things. If you do have a question, just don't guess. Ask me, not the person standing next to you, unless I'm the person standing next to you.